What we're going to talk about now is we're going to continue on with basically another terms type strategy under Program B. And what we're going to talk about is seller carryback. We're in a position where we have we're working with the seller, and unfortunately, just by talking with them, let's just say that in this scenario, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Let me just give you an actual real life example. This is a seller we have worked with before. So the seller that we worked with before, it called us about a property that he wanted to sell. And we basically looked at the property. We actually had met him at this particular property, and we let him know, by going through things, try to get an idea where we were at on numbers wise. And we said, this is based upon where we're at. This is what the property would qualify for on our cash out program. And he said, I just can't do that. And there's no way I can do that. Just forget it. Okay, on things. He was very adamant about that, and we let him know, where we could be. But then what we did, instead of going in a position where we said, okay, that's it, man, we can't do anything, thank you, bye, okay? We could have put in a position, we've done follow-up, things like that, but instead what we did was we basically set it up where we said, Mr. Seller, you know what? I understand that it sounds like the cash program is not something that's going to work for you, and we completely understand that. But let me ask you something. I do have another program that I might be able to help you out with on things, and I can pay you more for the property, so we don't have to stay at that price. We can actually go up quite a bit more. And this was a cheaper property, and I think the cash price was somewhere in the neighborhood of around $25,000 on this. Okay, so it was a kind of cheapo deal here in Ohio. So it was a $25,000 cash price on things. He said, I can't do that. There's just no way. We said, okay, we do have another program we might be able to help you out with if you'd be more interested in hearing about it, and we can pay you a lot more money for the property. The only thing is, we can't give you all cash on it right now. Now, let me just go back to a little more of the story behind this here. The seller owned this property free and clear. So there was no mortgage on this whatsoever at all. No mortgage on it. So he was in a position where he wanted to get rid of the property. He didn't want to deal with the headache anymore. But guys, this is why it's so important, again, to go back to one of the earlier modules in the acquisition side. It's so important to understand the motivation, the pain, what's going on, what they owe on the property and everything. He did not need the money on this property. He didn't need the cash. He liked the cash flow. Okay? Now, again, guys, think about this. If you're working with someone and you find out that they enjoy the cash flow from something, but they just hate dealing with tenants, and that's exactly where this gentleman was at. He said, look, I love the cash flow, I just can't stand dealing with tenants. It stresses me out. So what did you work on? The pain. The pain is the stress he gets from tenants. So we looked at it and said, look, we do have another program. I understand the cash out program won't work for you. We do have another program, might help you out. If you're interested in hearing about it, I can pay you another $10,000 for your property. And he said, well, I am interested in that. And he says, how's that work? And I said, well, it's pretty simple in things. Here's what we can do. We can't give you all cash on it, okay? Because the cash program, you said it wouldn't work for you. Yeah. So he said, what's the other program? I said, what we can do is we can give you $10,000 more for the property. I can get you $2,000 down, and I'll pay you the balance of it at $350 a month for a period of 5 years at 5% interest, and then we'll balloon the rest out. All right? And what's funny on this is we proposed this to him, and here he is getting $10,000 more. He also loved the idea that he was going to turn around and get a monthly payment, and he was going to get interest. Because I asked him on this, his name was Dale. I said, Dale, what are you going to do with the money anyways if you get it? I'm not sure. I said, well, it sure beats setting it in the bank at that ridiculous amount of money or interest they're going to give you. So why not let it stay in the property? He said, it makes sense to me. See, guys, shifting things around sometimes, it's a big thing instead of just doing the same old thing. And you'll find out you'll be able to structure so many more deals. This is why I hit on this so hard, that deal structuring tied in with the sales psychology side of things is such a powerful tool.